Hi everyone, so let's do this LeetCode question as my second question of the day. First question I solved today's daily LeetCode challenge. Okay, 22704 to be or to not to be. Good question. I like the title. So write a function expect that helps the developers test their code. Okay, so this would help developers to test the code. It should take in any value and return an let's set a timer. It should take in any value val and return an object with the following two functions. Okay, so it should take the value and it should return an object with the following two functions. Okay, so so suppose if this function expect 5 to be 5, so to be value accepts another value and returns true if the value is equal to each other. If they are not equal, then it should return, so throw an error not equal. Okay, so if it is equal, then it should return true. If it is not, then it should return true. So not to be accepts another value and returns true if they are not equal. So to be null, 5 is it is not equal, right? So but not to be null, not to be means if it is not equal to each other, then it will return true, but if they are equal, then it should return an error equal. It should throw an error equal. Okay, got it. It is an easy question, but so many companies have asked this question. Okay, so it should take in any value and return an object with the following two functions. But I do not understand how to throw an error. How to throw an error in the function? Yeah, I did not understand that. How can I throw an error in the function? Like normally I am a Java developer. Normally in Java, for throwing an error, I will just write throw new exception, throw new runtime exception, and write error message there. And here what I did not understand, another thing is, here this is just a function named expect, right? And there is a value 5. How do I know if the input is for to be or to not be? Because it says that I still don't understand what should be the result. So let's look at the test case and try to run. So output should be error cannot read properties of undefined. So input is function expect that to be. Still don't understand, like how do I know? Expect 5 to be 5, expect 5 to be null. It should return an object with the following two functions. So how do I return a function as an object? That is what I'm not trying, not I cannot understand. to return a function, how to return a function as an object, because here I should return a function as an object, right? That's what they are saying. Return an object with the following two functions. Or we can see, or this means like how to create object with two functions, to be and to not be. How do I create an object with two functions? How do I create? I've never created a function within a function. Like, does it mean like I need to create a function here inside function to be x, and then function not to be x, and then return an object, return an object. So what do I return here? Should I return to be, to not to be? Or should this function return one thing and this function should return one thing? This function is expecting this value, right? So how will the input be? Expect 5 dot to be 5. Why is here dot? So can I do function? Oh, okay. Oh, I think I get it a little. So this function should return something that this function should return so I think that, so if it is expect 5, right, it should return something, so that if I do dot to 5, it should return this object value true. It should return true, you know. So how can I return something? Like, should I create something like dot to be, right? So this function should return object dot to be. So what object has this kind of dot to be, and where I can pass a value? So what kind of object, what kind of data structure has this dot to be function? Actually, I'm so sorry because I do not know how to write JavaScript, so I'm becoming something like this. I think I can pass actually a function like this, you know. So if I just do a function, then function, I think that I should just return function. But how do I return a function? How do I return a function? Like, so here I should return an object, you know, object that contains function to be and not to be functions. So once this is returned, right? Once this return object is returned, so it can just call object dot to be, and this will call this function. So this function should return true if this value is equal to x, you know. So if value is equal to x, then it should return true, otherwise it should return through error. And similarly here, if it is not equal to x, then return true, but otherwise it's written error or something like that. Let's look at the editorial. Oh no, let's not look at the editorial. Let's look at how to approach this question. So this problem requires implementing a function named expect that mimics the behavior of assertion. The goal is to, oh yeah, this is for test, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So this, we are creating this function for test. So this it returns an object with two methods. Yeah, that's what I did not understand, because I do not know any JavaScript where how to return an object with methods like this. If the comparison is, then it returns true, otherwise it should throw an error message. So I think I did not understand two things here. One, how to make function return object with methods. Give simple example. I am new here. And two, I want to expect 5 to be 5. Two, I don't know how can a function throw an error message like that. So two things, okay. So how to make function return an object with methods. So a function can return an object with methods by simply returning a JavaScript object. Okay, so if this is a function, then I can just return, oh nice, so I can just create counter that increment, counter that increment, counter that, okay, increment, interesting. Function create counter, return. So I can just do it by comma, comma, comma. So the create counter function returns an object with methods, can be called on return object and can have access. Okay, so for this I want to know the syntax. Okay, and another one is how can I function throw an error. Oh okay, so this is also the same new idea, throw new error. Okay, so I can just do throw new error. Okay, just like I used to do in exception, throw new exception, throw new. Okay, interesting. Throw new error. So syntax is, so this is method 1 function, method 2 function. Yeah, that's what I can do it, right? Yeah, because I do not want to do the method 1 function, method 1 function. Okay, so I think I knew both things, right? So both things that I was confused about. So I knew now how how to return function as object, how to create object with two functions. I know now how to do this, and I know now how to throw an error. So let's return throw new error. It should throw if it is equal, then not equal, and here it should throw new error equal, right? Then this would also be, or no, okay, and return object that contains to be and to not be functions. So for this one, I would just return an object like this, I guess. Can I not say just constant to be, constant not to be? Can I not just do something like this? I just want to know. Can I return all objects like this? Okay, so corrected code is, oh, it should be equal to. So it should be equal to, then constant to be is equal to, oh yeah, sounds good. So it should be equal to like this. So this, like this expect function. So now this function each this, right? See, and then I can just return an object with two methods. So this function's output will be these two methods, and then I can just do since this object is like this, so I can just say object dot to be and not to be. Okay. Oh no. Expect dot not to be is not a function. Just ask ChatGPT, is there a she? In return statement, I use not to be, but the variable name is not to be. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh wow, it is accepted. Interesting. What if this function name is different? Oh, actually I don't even need to do any function here. I can just say this, right? Yeah. I still do not understand the syntax, but still, could I just have done this? So these are the two function names. I don't think, right? Oh yeah, I could have done just that. So this is the function name. I could just have written a function like this, function to be, not to be, and then pass the objects. Okay, but what is the error? Value is true and expected is not equal. Oh, 10, yeah, it has to be equal like this. That is the problem. Okay, it is accepted. Yay! So we learned two new things here. One is to pass object as a function, and another one is to throw errors like this. I did not know that we could throw errors like this. Throw new. So whenever someone asks me to throw an error in LeetCode interview, then I will just use throw new error in JavaScript. Okay. And also if someone asks me to, to do something like this, then function expect, it is some like this, right? Yeah, so this is cool actually. So function, so there are function inside functions, and I can just return function like this. So this function's return value, this is an object, this is an object, so to be and to not and not to be. So this both are functions, so suppose if a is equal to this one, and then I can just say a dot to be and a dot not to be. And since these are function names, I can just pass values. Interesting. This is an interesting thing. What kind of object is this though? Like this is just since I am just able to use dot a dot be a dot a dot to be, a dot not to be. I do not know what kind of data structure this is. So suppose if it was a is equal to like JSON, then could I have used a dot 1 here, a dot 2 here? I think so, yeah. So something like JSON object kind of object. So in object I can just always use that. Okay, yeah, I think I learned something new today by doing this question. What are they doing? Wow, I could use classes for this. Is this a JavaScript language test or what? It's constructor and to be, not to be, and function expect val, return new expect val. Yeah, actually this is better, this is a better object. So now this function is returning an object, right? So instead of this like JSON like object, this is better, that this is returning a class now. This is returning a class, new expect val, and yeah, so now I can just do dot right, because this is a class. New expect val, and yeah, so since this is an object now, this is a proper instance of a class. So if there is a instance of a class, then I can call the functions inside the object, right? This is so much better to create a class and to create a new instance, and just putting functions over that there. Function expression. So I did this. I did use function expression. So this is what I was thinking, or what kind of data structure this is. So this is called function expression. Interesting. So I did function expression. Yep. I don't even need else. Interesting. But why is there so much, so such long explanations? What does it mean when function returns objects and other functions in JavaScript? Yeah, I also wanted to know this. So when a function returns an object or another function, it makes use of higher order functions. Higher functions are functions that operate on other functions. How does method chaining work? So method chaining is a way object methods. It is possible when each method returns an object. So equals to means I know this. How do we handle errors? Try catch finally. Try blocks contain. Execute it, and finally block is executed after trying class blocks regardless of the outcome. Why do we want to throw error instead of just returning false? Provides more information about what went wrong and allows you to catch the error at the higher level in your code with a try catch statement. Uh, allows you to catch the error at a higher level in your code with a try catch statement, right? In contrast, simply returning false would only inform you that the values were not equal without giving any further context or information. Chill. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you for watching. Yeah, so it's learned about nesting objects within function, and this is called function expression, and we could also do this using class. Just I could just have created a class and put these functions within the class, right? And just return the instance of that class. So yeah, if I return the instance of the class, then I could just have that function. Okay, great. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.